in the kitchen. We can join you for breakfast.
I've been up since 6 chefing.
Awesome. So congratulations on this film, Outsiders. I'm curious about if you guys maybe Delmar can answer. Was there a title change?
Yes, there was a title change. After, we kind of set with the film and had a lot of discussions, we changed the title to Outsiders because we felt like that name really reflect the overall tone in the film and the message that we're trying to get across for individuals that are, sometimes dealing with things that could be very, I would say, you could find yourself very easily become the victim, because you may not necessarily have any resources or you may look different than a lot of other individuals. So in this particular situation, the name Outsiders came about because of what Jaylen character, who he was and what he was dealing with within the storyline.
Okay. Well, maybe for my next question, Delmar, you maybe partially answered it, but what was it about the storyline that you were enthusiastic to work for this film?
Yeah, when I first came on board, I was dealing with, I just got off of a short film and it was, playing in the film festival circuit, and the producers, they saw it and they reached out to me immediately and they were like, hey, we got 3 movies fully funded, ready to go. And we would love for you to read them and let us know like which one that you may gravitate towards that you potentially could direct. And when I came across this particular film, it had a lot of different elements, not only the sci-fi, the thriller and the horror, but really it was about this young brother trying to prove his innocence. And I have a 16-year-old son, and every day when he leaves the house, I pray for him and I hope that he comes home safe and sound. But when we were, developing this film, there was a lot of unrest going on within our society, particularly around young Black men, the police brutality, the barbecue Beckys of the world, the Karens, the list goes on and on and on. So I felt like, as a page from Nina Simone's chapter, I felt like that it was my duty to reflect the times as an artist.
And for you, Skylan?
Actually, when I read the script, it was sent to me through my agency, and I just gave it a read, and I was told, just check it out, see what you think. Read it, and one of the things that it kind of took me aback because I actually related to the situation so much in a personal way, where it was like, I know what that feels like, especially, as a young Black teen growing up. There have been situations and moments in life where I've been Jaylen. And so that was actually one of the challenges that I had to always come back to Delmar with, was like, hey man, like, I don't think I've ever asked this much in my entire career. Hey, what do you think about this? Or like, hey, is it realistic? Does it feel how it's supposed to feel if someone was in this position? And it was a challenge in a way that I actually wanted to meet, and that I appreciated the opportunity to even play a character that resembled something realistic for me. That was actually, as an actor, it's not something that you even act. It's just real life.
Now, Delmar, how did you know Skylan was the one to play Jaylen?
Oh, that is such a great question. Okay, let me tell you. First of all, I got a call from Skylan's agent, and he said, and I hope I don't put Skylan on blast on this one, but it's so true. It was so true. His agent called me. He said, listen, man, my client normally doesn't audition for things unless he knows he's gonna get it. Okay, so I just want to let you know, or unless he brings something really to the table that he truly believes in. And we were like just having our regular audition rounds. And when Skylan came into the room, he came in with this presence, and I felt it. I was like, wow. And you know how sometimes you just have like these out of body experiences. But I had that when I was talking to Skylan, and we were going through talking about the material, and when we were pairing him up with other individuals, I mean, Skylan was just like he was the guy, you know what I mean? There was no question. I knew he was the one when he first walked through the door, and his agent was right. He doesn't touch material unless he truly fully believes in it. And I just felt that the way he came and prepared, and the deep conversations that we had around the material that I wasn't, unfortunately, I hate to say it, that I wasn't necessarily having with other actors and things of that nature. But it just felt right, and he's also a good looking cat.
Hey, thank you.
He has the whole package. Let's just say that.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Oh, so sweet. So let's continue talking about the cast. You had Taryn Manning in this film, which it was one I enjoyed her character because she didn't say much, but her actions did enough.
Yeah, Taryn is amazing. One thing about the cast overall, like I was truly blessed to work with a lot of high caliber, individuals that take their craft very seriously. And for me to be a first-time feature film director, that was a gift from God, so I was truly blessed to be able to work with her. Taryn, her presence on set, like Skylan, she takes it very seriously. We've had a lot of conversations around her, around her character. But at the same time, we had a lot of fun, Taryn is like one of those people. She's so grounded. She's so cool to be around, easy to talk to, very easy, likable, and easy to work with. And that's one thing that I liked about the cast, and, overall, that, we became a family, you know what I mean? It's like a family outside your family, and we all like respect each other and things of that nature. And we were there for the goal, to do the work. So Taryn, yeah, she's a G. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the location, because it looked really nice?
Yeah, so we actually shot it outside of LA. When we first started doing the pre-production of this movie, we were thinking like, man, we have to go here, we have to go there. But we lucked up. Like, I'm a firm believer in finding real locations that feel authentic. And we were able to find a location that's outside of LA. What was it called? Malibu Lake in Agora Hills. And the community embraced us, and they opened their homes up to us. And again, we had a lot of fun making this film. Of course, making independent features is not easy. We didn't have a lot of time and a whole lot of money in the world to do it, but the talent was there, and the community was there, and the stars and the moon sort of lined up for us. So
I am writing this down because I'm in Sherman Oaks and I've never been there. I didn't recognize it.
Oh yeah, such a great little small community. You should definitely take a day trip out there. And maybe you can introduce yourself to one of the locals, get on the boats and ride around the lake. But yeah, they're very, very friendly people.
Definitely. Now, I'm curious to know if by any chance there was an alternative ending.
Was there alternative ending?
I love this question because me and him went back and forth on this, and that was one of the things that I even thought, because at first I had this urge to kind of be like, I kind of want there to be not exactly a bow, like a bow on it, you know what I'm saying? Like, a presentation, like this is it. But I definitely wanted it to have some sort of thing that the audience could grasp onto, without saying too much. But, I actually liked what Delmar came up with, and it was almost like leaving it open to interpretation, But no, if you want to elaborate on that, we went back and forth on this one.
Yeah. I would say that the ending is definitely open for interpretation. So whatever alternative ending that you walk away with, or that you're feeling and that's true to you, I would champion that. For me, the ending represent a couple different things. One of which, obviously, Skylan he plays this character Jaylen Brown as this outsider that's dealing with this out of world experience, and he's trying to like convince this town and prove his innocence that this experience happened, you know? And unfortunately, sometimes as Black people, African American people, we experience things that are outer worldly, and that we need a higher force to come help save us, you know, because we're in positions that, you know, that the man may not necessarily be to get us out of. So having this said, that would be sort of like my, I guess, my opinion on the ending. So, you know, everyone has their own, you know?
Yeah, you guys left me out. What?
Yo.
Well, I asked you the question: Are creatures real? You know, what happens when someone comes to you and say, "Hey, I just had this, you know, extraterrestrial experience." How do you see them? You know what I mean? So, you know,
Yeah, everything's possible.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for your time, gentlemen. Congratulations on The Outsiders. People are going to be enjoying it this weekend.
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
thank you.
Nancy. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. You take care. Bye-bye.
You too.